Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Barbara, and today I'm going to be launching a new series called Bags and Wine. So every week I'm going to be featuring a bag from my collection, and we're going to be opening a brand new bottle of wine. Because if there's two things that make me very happy right now, it's wine because it helps me forget everything that's going on in the world, and bags because it makes me hopeful that this too shall pass, and we will be out and about pretty soon with our handbags. So, disclaimer, I am not a wine connoisseur at all. I have been to 6 vineyards in my life and I still do not know squat about wine. Usually when I go to the restaurant, I say I want a white wine that's not too dry, that is refreshing and not too sweet. So we are going to be starting the first episode with Calio. It's the name of this wine, and it's from the island of Sicily in Italy, from the western part, and the grapes are Inzolia grapes. And it says it has a floral bouquet, right? No. Yeah, a fruity bouquet, and it's full-bodied, and it goes well with fish. Well, too bad, because today it is going to be going well with Chanel. So let's open the bottle, and we'll start chatting. So it's a screw top, so you can see it's very, very classy. And I bought it at Total Wine. I'm so happy it's an essential business because God knows I don't think I'd survive this quarantine without a weekly trip to Total Wine. And it was a grand price of $9.99. I did not spend a lot of money on wine. I am a pretty cheap person, except when it comes to bags, shoes, and clothes. So cheers to the first episode. Oh wow, it's actually really good. I really, really like it. It's very light and it's very refreshing, and it's not fruity at all. So I do like that. So let's put the wine in the floor, and we'll talk about my first, not my first, but literally my favorite bag. So this is my Chanel boy bag. It's in the new medium size, and I've had it for, it's gonna be 5 years this year, and I absolutely adore it. This is probably one of my favorite Chanel bags, and you're gonna hear me throughout these series that I'm gonna do on a weekly basis, you're gonna hear me say love, adore a lot about my bags, because truly every single bag I own, I do adore and I do love. And if I didn't, and when I fall out of love with it, I sell it, I rehome it. So this bag is, honest to God, one of my favorite Chanel bags. I purchased it at Printemps in Paris, and it's actually a very, very funny story. Right before going to Paris, I was at Saks. I saw it at Saks. Let me move a little bit. I saw it at Saks, I loved it, but at that time, 2015, there was a big price difference between Chanel in France and Chanel in the US, and me loving to save a buck, I said I'm gonna wait and see if I can find it in Paris, and I did. Here at Saks, I saw it in gray and black. In Paris, I could only find the black, which ended up being perfect. I went to Printemps, waited in line for like 40 minutes, which if anyone has ever gone to Paris, to Galeries Lafayette or Printemps, let me take a sip. Oh, that's delicious. You know, there's always a line to get into the Chanel boutique in there. So I waited in line for a while, and I said, I don't know even if I want to wait. Anyway, I went in. Great associate helped me. Her name is Ev. I don't know if she's at Chanel anymore. Last time I saw her was 2017. But I'll admit, I haven't really looked for her because these days when I go to Paris, I haven't really been buying Chanel. Anyway, so very, very nice lady. We bonded over the fact that we both knew my sales associate at Hermes. And I was talking to her. I asked her if she had a boy bag. So she showed me this one. So this is, let me repeat it. It's the new medium, washed calfskin, double stitched. This bag, honest to God, has been with me everywhere. I've taken to Madrid. I've taken to Amsterdam. I have taken it to Croatia. It's been to Paris a dozen times already. I always take her back to the motherland. So I was seeing the bag, she showed it to me, and I said, oh, it's so beautiful, and I tried it on, and I'm like, I'm the type of person I always say I have to marinate. And she was so nice, and she said to me, look, if you're really not sure about the bag yet, we can put it on hold for you. And I said, okay, perfect, put it on hold for me. She's like, let me give you my card, and pretty much that's it. Like, you know, she was giving me her card, and I said, okay, she's like, I'm not gonna be here tomorrow, but come back the next day, and then we will be able, you know, if you want it, you can buy it, and if you don't come back, at that point, I'll just release it to, you know, to other customers. And I said, okay, that's perfect. So as I was leaving, she was giving me her card. This man walks up and he says, I want that bag, to her. He wasn't being assisted by anyone yet. He just said, I want that bag. And she said, oh, sir, I'm so sorry. Like, this is the last one. It's on hold for this customer, but I can check if other stores there are in Paris. And he's like, well, if she's not buying it, I want to buy it right now. You know, I don't care if she puts it on hold. Like, very rude towards me. And I'm just there standing. And she's like, well, sir, I can't sell it to you because it's on hold. Madam is going to come back for it. And I just said, and he's like, well, I don't care. He's just saying, like, I don't care. I want to buy it. I don't want to go to another store. I'm leaving tomorrow. Like being very, very rude towards me. Like, if she's not going to buy it, then I'm going to buy it. At that point, I looked him in the eye and I looked her in the eye. I said, Ev, wrap it up. I'm taking her. She's like, are you sure I can put it on hold? He's not going to touch it. I was like, no, I want it. I'm going to buy it. You know, I want it. I saw it. I buy it. And I'll, you know, I'm not Ariana Grande. God, I wish I was. But anyway, let me take a sip. So it ended up being an impulse purchase, but not really, because I had already seen the bag here in the States and I already knew I wanted the bag. So I took it with me, and she was absolutely the loveliest, loveliest associate I have ever dealt with in Chanel in Europe, in France. And I'm gonna say, like, the people that work at Chanel in Paris, they're pretty wonderful. Like, you know, I've never really had a bad encounter, but she was just so special. So I took the bag and wrapped it as soon as I got back to the hotel. And I literally wore it for the rest of the trip. And I actually had gotten a Birkin on that trip, and I put the Birkin to the side and I used this bag. And then I had such a great experience with her that I went back to see her a few days later. And I ended up getting like a little card case. And then, you know, I wanted to buy some more stuff. So 2 days, like a few days after the card case, I went ahead and I got another bag with her. And the same exact thing happened. A lady wanted the bag, you know, and she's like, actually, I don't even know if, Barbara, if you can buy it, because we have a policy about 1 bag per customer. I think they've changed that policy, because I remember in 2016, I ended up buying like 4 bags in one trip. But she was like, let me ask my manager. And the manager had authorized it, so I ended up taking the bag. But it was like same exact thing. Like, I don't know, I just find it so rude. Like, I would never, like, if you are looking at a bag, I am never gonna say, like, I'm never gonna like intervene in your conversation with your sales associate, butt in and say, look, I want this bag. Well, we're putting it on hold. It's the last one. I would never say, like, I don't care if it's on hold for someone else. I don't care. I don't care if that person, like, I want to take it. I'm just not like that. That is just so rude. You don't do that. And I guess that's the easiest way to make me buy something, is that if you're going to say, like, look, I'm a very nice person. You just don't mess with my friends. You do not mess with my family, and you do not mess with my handbags, because I'll get brutal. But so literally, he was so rude, and I would never do that to anyone, but I guess people do that. I guess people don't have manners. But, you know, if something's on hold and if there was an associate saying, I'm going to try to find it for you in another store in Paris, and there's like a bunch of stores in Paris. Like, if you guys know, if you guys been to Paris and if you've gone to Arrondissement 8, District 8, there's Galerie Lafayette, there's Printemps, there's Galerie Lafayette, there's Printemps, there's Avenue Montaigne, there's 2 in Avenue Montaigne. Now there's 2 at Rue Cambon, there's 1 in front of Hermes, and then there's 1 right near Dior on Madeleine, like in Madeleine Square, next to the church. So this is incredible. I love this bag to pieces, and it was not only that, back in the day, it was such a bargain. So this bag right now is retailing for like $5,500. I paid $4,150 for that bag. I actually have my receipt here because I saved all my receipts, because guys, if you buy Chanel, always save your receipts, Hermes too, because if you have any issues with it and you need to, like, if you know something goes wrong with the bag and you need to take it in for spa, especially Chanel, they will ask you for your receipt. So always save it. So for this one, I actually paid 4,150 euros. And then I had that 12% D-tax. So it ended up being like, I remember like when my credit card bill came, it was like around like $3,700 that I had to pay, which was like I'm not gonna say a bargain because it's not a bargain, but it's a Chanel bargain, because even in the States at that point, I think it was like $4,800 already. So I was already saving $1,000. And now these bags, you're not gonna pay this much in Paris because they align the prices with United States. So you're not gonna be saving, it's not a substantial savings. You're still gonna be saving something, but it's not like, it's nothing to jump around about. I remember back in the day, like I used to jump around when I was in Paris, and I would, instead of buying one bag, I'd buy 2 bags or 3 bags because it was such a bargain. I didn't know when I was going to come back to Paris. So, you know, I would be like, Mom, which bag do you want? She's like, oh, I want this one. And then I would buy one, and then I was like, oh my God, there's still this one. We should share it. And she's like, yeah, for sure. Because my mom is just as big of a Chanel addict as I am. So it works out great. So let me show you, it fits so much stuff. And you know what I love about this bag? I can wear it crossbody, and it is so chic. It is literally the chicest bag. And it's just so cool. Not only that, I actually don't find the boy bags right now. They're this beautiful. Look at how beautiful this is. Like the leather, it doesn't scratch. And let me tell you, my mother has a boy bag in Caviar, and it sags. Like here, it sags. You know, because it's just, they use like such thin Caviar. I guess Caviar is very thin, but when you're buying it in a flap and it's so structured, you know, you don't feel the thinness of it, the thinness of that leather. But when you're in a boy bag and it has this like part here, this middle part, it just sags. And you know, I take super good care of bags, so does my mom, and this one doesn't. And I've had it for 5 years, and from all the bags that I've owned, this is probably the one that I use the most. So I still have the sticker. I try to keep the sticker on all my bags for as long as possible. My first Birkin from 2015, I still have the stickers on it. Okay, so here guys, so you guys can take a look, just so you guys can have an idea of what it fits, because it does fit a lot. Let me take some more sip of wine. This wine, guys, is really refreshing, especially refreshing, light, and it would really go well with fish. I think it really goes well with Chanel. Cheers! But it's really nice, and for $9, you can't beat it. I was gonna go to Costco, but there's like a huge line to get into Costco now because, you know, you don't, and quite honestly, like when I go out, like I literally, it's almost like I'm wearing a hazmat suit because I'm so paranoid. I just don't want to get anything. And I'm with the face mask, I'm with the gloves, I'm with everything. But this is delicious. Oh, cheers. It's done. Like the first glass, oh gosh. I should probably monitor that. So let me show you guys what I put in. And I do still have other things that I can put in here that will fit, which is my cell phone. I'm putting it in, and I have a hand lotion here, which is a pretty like big one. It's from Nux. Well, I don't know if you guys can see it or not, but it fits. Okay, so let me show you. So I have the hand lotion. I really like this hand lotion because not only does it hydrate your hands, it's a great price. So if you buy it in Paris, you can buy like a pack of 2 at City Pharma, and you're going to be paying around like €5 more or less. Always buy at City Pharma. It is packed and it's crazy, but the savings are worth it. I stayed a couple years without going there, and I went back this summer. Oh my gosh, it was life-changing. So I have my wallet. I have this spray, which is alcohol, because these days we really need to, like everything, like everywhere I go, like, which I don't even go out that much anymore. Like I may be going out once or twice a week for groceries and wine. I spray it before even like with my gloves, like to open a door with a glove, I spray it. So hand sanitizer, I'm running out, but I have some more. My mirror, and my phone, and my glasses, which are very, very dirty, and they're Chanel. They're very thin too. I don't know why I bought these, but I don't know, I thought they were I was in Paris when I bought it, and I thought it was very, very French. Yeah, and inside there's a zipper, and a zipper compartment. I have my little authenticity card, and then there's another compartment here. Yeah, guys, I love this bag. I really do. I know the price went up for it, and I think right now it's just so substantially expensive, but everything with Chanel these days is substantially expensive. Like there's no bargains there anymore. You know what I'm saying? It's ludicrous. But I do think this is probably one of my favorite bags. And right now they came out with that 19, which is very, very pretty. And I've tried it on at the store, but the prices are just so insane. Like who in their right mind, well, I guess a lot of people are spending because they're sold out mostly everywhere. But they're like some of them are like almost $6,000. And you can literally buy, like, you can almost buy a Birkin for that price in France. Like, I'm just saying, you know, and it's very, very pretty, but it reminds me of, I have a Saint Laurent bag, Chanel, not a Chanel. I have a Saint Laurent bag called the Lulu Puffer, and it's like puffy and the leather is super soft. And the Chanel 19 bag sort of reminds me of that. And that one I paid like less than $2 grand, and you know, I'm just not in the mood right now to spend that type of money on a Chanel bag. But it's pretty, but I feel like that one is going with the same style as this one, but this one is still so much prettier. And sometimes, honest to God, sometimes I go on Fashion File to look if they have them in any other colors from the same year, same collection with the beautiful double stitched that I absolutely love on Fashion File. And they do. And it's like sometimes they have them for like $3,000. Sometimes they get it for $2,700 because they've been on markdown a couple times. And I've never purchased anything on Fashion File, even though their prices lately have been so great that I'm really, really tempted. But I've sold to them in the past, and they're really good at pay. They pay really fast. But, and I'm just so surprised at how some people use the bags. Like, some people like have this all sagged already, and I'm just thinking, like, I've used this bag a lot, but I take really good care of my bags. So like after each trip, like when I get them home, like I put like a Cadillac leather conditioner on them, I clean them, I stuff them back in, put them back on their dust bags and their boxes and all that stuff. So I just don't understand how people destroy bags like this. But anyway, so let's cheers. Oh, actually, I'm proud that I didn't drink too much. I only had, so let's cheers to Chanel and to Bags and Wine. And I hope you guys enjoyed my first episode of Bags and Wine. And I'll be back next week with another episode, another bottle of wine, and then we can chat more and drink some more wine. If you guys have any wine suggestions, please leave it down in the comments below. If you guys have a boy bag, a new medium boy bag, do you love it? Leave those comments down below. Let me know what you guys think. Don't forget to subscribe and like and subscribe, and I'll be posting videos every week. I know I've been saying that, guys, but I'm gonna be honest, I was really sad for the first few weeks of this quarantine. I was just sad at the state of the world. I was sad with everything that was happening. And honestly, I was sad that at the possibility that, you know, my plans for May were going to be canceled, and they were actually canceled yesterday. So cheers to no Enigma in May. And hopefully there's more Enigma in October or November or any time this year. And for you guys that don't know, Enigma is Lady Gaga's residency in Las Vegas. It is totally worth it. And hopefully there's no, like, I'm supposed to go to her tour in Chicago in August. So God willing, I'm there. And God willing, it doesn't get canceled. And it's the Chromatica ball. But yeah, so I was upset. I was a little down for a few weeks because I thought that was going to get canceled. And yesterday it actually got canceled, and I wasn't as upset about it. I think I was just mentally prepared, and I knew it was coming. So I've never been so sad to get such a large refund on my credit cards, but oh well, you know, it's like what my mother said. You know, there will be other shows. I've seen the show 7 times already. And yeah, so cheers to being healthy, stay safe, stay home. Let's flatten that curve, and let's, you know, at least let's have a good time while we're flattening the curve and we're staying home. So cheers. I'm going to stick to my wine, and I'll see you guys next week for another episode of Bags and Wine. Bye, guys.